Hi, I'm Rob from Rob's Been Running. I hope you're doing well, staying safe and training hard. So welcome back to the channel and welcome to this update to a shoe that we reviewed about 3 months ago. So this is a shoe, the New Balance Hierro V8. We reviewed this shoe, it's my first time running in a New Balance shoe, trail and road actually. I haven't run the road one either. But yeah, so I've been wanting to run in the Hierro for some time now, so that's why we got hold of a pair and that's why we did the review. But I thought I'd give you an update. So I've done 120 miles in that shoe now, so plenty of mileage in order to test out durability and see how the shoe's performing. Before we go into how the shoe's performed over those 100 miles, let's just take a quick recap on the stats for the Hierro V8. Okay, so the Hierro V8 is what I'd call a dry weather shoe. It's been made for the summer months of the year. It's certainly not for a British winter. The lugs are not deep enough on that, and the lug pattern doesn't give itself to a UK winter. So it is for dry, compact trails mainly, but it is a very deep cushion shoe, so it's good for the long haul. Incredibly popular, the Hierro V8. Lots of reviews on that, on previous models as well, and it's quite a big fan base. So the shoes themselves weigh in at 318 grams in the UK 9. That was 17 grams heavier than the previous model, but the shoe doesn't feel heavy. It's very well balanced. Yeah, you don't feel that at all when you're out on the trails. There's an 8mm heel offset, so you've got 32mm on the heel, 24mm on the forefoot. Comes in 2 fitting widths, standard and wide fit. The outsole of the Hierro V8 is clad in Vibram's Eco Step Natural outsole, so that's composed of 90% petroleum-free substances, which is great, so more environmentally considerate. The lug depth on that outsole is 4.5mm, and it's been stippled, sorry, just show you what I mean by that. There you go. So it's been stippled for maximum performance and grip, and that helps the shoe transition from road to trail really well, so it's a good crossover shoe. The midsole of the shoe is using New Balance's highly cushioned Fresh Foam X, which is super springy, super bouncy, and that contains 40% bio-based products, so reducing the carbon footprint of the shoe overall, which is good. There's no rock plate in the shoe, which is a pet hate of mine, as I've said many a times on the channel, but so far I'm happy to report that that hasn't affected the shoe, but we'll go into that in more detail in a minute. The upper of the shoe is made from a close-knit fabric, very highly breathable, with good protection around the toe as well from a substantial toe bumper, and overlays strategic points around the shoe in order to give some durability, particularly around the lace eyelets. The lacing system is a flat lacing system, and it's been designed in order to give you a good lockdown in the shoe. So let's go through how that shoe has performed over the last 100 miles. Okay, so first things to note about this New Balance shoe is it does size up a little bit small, not massively small, but a little bit, so I would advise you to go up half size. And I have found that, you know, when I've done some long runs, it's fine at the start of the run. Towards the end of the run, it's not uncomfortable, but I do feel like it's a little bit, could do with a little bit more in the length of the shoe. So yeah, I would advise you to go up half a size, but otherwise this is an extremely comfortable place to be. The insole there that they give you in this shoe is very comfortable. The fabric around the top of the shoe is comfortable. As I said, I've done 120 miles in it now, pretty much, and it's all been incredibly comfortable. Getting a good lockdown in the shoe from this lacing system, no slippage. I've not had to retie the laces, so that's all good. And when I'm in the shoe, the hold is really good. I'm not getting any medial or lateral slippage at all, which is great news. Going into the midsole, if you are running on compacted trails, this midsole is great. So thinking of long efforts, doing something like river running, so the UK, that could be something like the Thames Path, or something along those natures where the trails are good and well looked after. This shoe performs incredibly well on those trails. Where it doesn't, I think, for me, perform so well is if you're on undulating terrain, particularly rocky terrain. So obviously we mentioned that the fresh foam in this shoe is very soft, so if I can just show you that, I mean, it's very soft. You can see that there, it's pushing the heel. Now that makes for a really comfortable ride when you're out on these trails. However, if you're on undulating terrain, that foam makes it a little bit unstable, I'd say. Not massively, but there have been times, particularly when I'm running through the forest. Obviously, you can imagine there are stony, rocky bits. The terrain in the forest is very undulating, loads of tree roots. If you don't step on something bang on centre, you know, and distribute your weight across the middle of your foot, and maybe you catch a root on the side, because the midsole here is so soft, it's not stable enough to rectify you, if you get what I mean. So you can go off balance a little bit. So it's just something to think about when you're running on technical terrain with these shoes. But they soak up the stones and rocks well. I'm not feeling the effects of not having a rock plate, which is good. I always prefer a rock plate. I just think that these days they weigh so little and they offer such good protection. I don't understand why people these manufacturers don't put them in their shoes, but they don't. I understand you're trying to get weight saving, but I just think that it's a good compromise to have a rock plate just under the forefoot here, like you get in the Saucony shoes. So yeah, just something to note there around the stability of the shoe on technical terrain. But to be fair, this shoe isn't really built for that. If you think in the US, Western States type of terrain, things like that, yes, there's some rocking bits in there, but they're quite well looked after trails, relatively well groomed trails, and this shoe would do well in those conditions, I think. So overall good. Now on to durability of the shoe. Now if I pick up the other one, which I've got here, now look around the shoe, looking for signs of wear. Nothing here in the flex point. That's all looking quite good. Just here, just a slight marking there from the midsole, and that's just where a branch has dug into the shoe. It's kind of taken a little bit of a chunk there out of the insole, out of the midsole there. Otherwise, this one's holding up reasonably well. So 100 miles, I think you'd hope in your shoes to get 300-400 miles out of them. So far so good with this one. I'm looking at the outsole wear here, little bit of wear around there, but that Vibram Mega Grip is holding up relatively well, as you'd expect from a Vibram outsole. But so no massive signs of wear on that one. Come across to this shoe. Again, if we start on the outsole, little bits of wear around here and a little bit around the toe, but again, pretty good in general. Now this one on the flex point, slightly different story. Not sure if you can see that, if it's coming across on camera or not, but some overlay there has come away. Also here, overlay is starting to come away. And that might be just where I've hit a particular section whilst running, and branches have got caught in it and like torn it a little bit, but you would like to think that it would be able to stand up to that. Nothing else around the toe bumper and all of that, it's all pretty good, and otherwise okay. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's just I really want to keep an eye on where that flex point is, because when shoes tend to go, and there's a little bit, if you see there as well, where the glues come away a little bit, on that flex point, just from the outsole there. Yeah, when shoes tend to go, they always go at that flex point. So ideally, that doesn't happen and the shoe is okay. But it's something to note about this shoe. So I'm not questioning the durability at the moment, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the shoes run well. As I said, it's done 120 miles now. We'll keep running in it. We'll keep doing more mileage, and yeah, we'll let you know how we get on. I'll post maybe a YouTube short update video on how that's performing in the future. So I just wanted to give you that quick update. So not a long video today. I thought worth noting, anybody who runs in the Hierro V8 or any of the Hierros previously, you know, might be interested in the durability of this latest model. What would be good is if you've experienced any durability issues with the Hierro, or you think they're absolutely fine, let me know. Get in the comments below in this video and let me know what you think. But that's it for the Hierro update. We've got some more reviews coming along on the channel soon, so keep your eye out for those. We've also in just over 4 weeks time we have the Lakeland 50, so yeah, getting excited for that. Training's going well, touch wood, and yeah, we'll be obviously taking you along with the cameras, and hopefully I do a better job at filming this time, better than I did at the UTS 50k. So we've got 50 miles to run at Lakeland, so it gives me plenty of time to do some filming, and hopefully I get around that course relatively well. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel for the latest videos, and I will see you very, very soon. Train hard, race hard, have fun. Until next time, I'll see you soon. All I want.